course, we have Chef Esteban in-house today to give us some ideas on what you could cook up here.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
So what we're focusing on today is pretty much a nice meal for you and your significant other. Valentine's Day is coming up.
Let's be honest, with Valentine's Day, if you don't have the reservation now, chances are you need to pay attention to Chef Esteban.
You might want to tune into
right
the segment
now.
today.
Absolutely. So Chef Esteban of El Cubano Jack's, you can catch him at Lemon Street Brewing. But of course today, cooking up this meal. All right, let's dive into this.
So what we have here is pretty much all the ingredients to make this wonderful meal. We're gonna go with bacon wrapped asparagus. What I like to do is grab about 5 pieces of the asparagus here. I cut my bacon in half and then just wrap it just like such. And then we're gonna put the, wrap it nice and tight, that bottom end on the bottom there.
Because it's scientific fact that everything goes better with bacon.
Of course.
Especially vegetables. Yeah.
You know what I love about this the most is this is taking you 2 seconds to do. You chop the asparagus, wrap it in bacon, and this is going to make you look like you're a professional chef here. I mean, look at that.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So, and then on top of that, very delicious. Bacon wrapped asparagus, can't go wrong.
Sure.
Then we have some nice yellow golden potatoes that we're just going to slice nice and thin. I like to call them thick cut potato chips.
Okay, very simple. It seems something that everybody could do at home. Not a problem.
Very simple.
Now, Esteban, I know that you do a lot of very easy meals that look very nice, but you've kicked it up a notch with the protein for today. Not just the bacon, but we have a special fish that you've brought.
So what I chose to do, especially it's we're thinking about Valentine's Day. You want to go a little bit, you don't have to go all out, but you want to go high end, So we got high quality fish. We got Chilean sea bass, which is a very nice piece of white fish that we're just going to season up with Cajun seasoning, just a blackened spice on a hot cast iron.
So this is no fish sticks here. This we get some good stuff for that special someone, right?
There you go.
Not to knock fish sticks, they are delicious, but we're kicking it up a notch.
Yeah, not Valentine's Day.
Now, how long are we expecting to cook the sea bass here?
Now, depending on how thick it is, these fillets right here, maybe about a minute or 2 on each side, and then just let it rest. I like my fish about medium rare, medium.
Okay.
That's actually good to know, because I would think you would have cooked this longer than that. So you're just saying minute or 2 each side, so total about 3 to 4 minutes.
Now you want to make sure your pan is nice and hot.
Hot before it goes on.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course. So with our potatoes, you're just going to do a little bit of olive oil over them, just like that. Seasonings of your choice. I have a blend here that I really enjoy. Super simple. Add some minced garlic on there. And then we're going to go right into the oven. Oven's at 375. With the potatoes, you might want to go about 20 minutes, maybe give them a spin, and then see how they're going there, depending on whether you like them, crispy or a little bit more al dente is up to us. So as the fish cooks, we're going to have the asparagus wrapped in bacon in the oven, the potatoes in the oven. What I do have here is a roasted red pepper mango sauce.
Oh, that
really
sounds delicious.
That is, Chilean sea bass is a good fish, but it's also very, pretty flavorless other than the taste of the fish itself. So we made a roasted red pepper mango sauce that's going to go on the bottom of the plate.
How spicy is that? Because anytime we talk about peppers,
these are red peppers. They're not spicy at all. And the sweetness of the mango definitely gives it a nice sweet, salty type, flavor.
Oh, perfect idea for Valentine's Day then. A nice little sweetness there with the fish.
So as that cooks on there, let me get right behind you here to our TV magic potatoes.
All right, so coming out of the oven, we have the now done asparagus and potatoes. These look fantastic. And you said the asparagus and potatoes about 20 minutes each, or a little longer?
Correct.
On
Yeah.
20 minutes each?
I throw them both in at the same time.
Okay.
They're usually done in about 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay, cool. So now it comes time to the plating and all the presentation. And making people look very smart here at home on Valentine's Day.
And I like what you did today. Typically, you know, when we're talking about the cheaper stuff, you bring in the paper plates and everything. Today, we got the, you know, the nice stuff
We
here.
actually brought real plates, like I said. And then, you know, depending on how far do you want to take it, you could get a bottle of white wine that would pair really nice with the fish. And, you know, just take it to the next level. Light some candles.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa! When
You're
we
setting
went past soda
expectations.
pop and canned beer, I was a little lost. And now you're going candles on me? Next, you're going to say that napkins would be appropriate.
Candles, wine, and look at the way he just lays it out there. I guess most of it is not most of it. There's a good portion of that is presentation here to make it.
Of course, that's what it's all about.
I would be afraid I would just kind of throw it all in a bowl and be like, all right, look at that. I mean, that looks great. Still, you can smell the bacon. I think that's especially here in the morning. Oh,
Well, as we
goodness,
said,
smells so
bacon
good.
goes perfect with everything. Now, are you putting the sea bass right on the...
So I'm doing right on top of that roasted red pepper mango
Okay.
sauce. It's going to go right on top, just so when you get the fork down and you know you get right in there, you get the whole bite with the sauce on top.
Beautiful.
I also made a little bit of a relish on top. This is also a red pepper mango relish
Okay.
that it's been sitting in a little bit of vinegar and oil. Once the fish starts to flake up like this here, you can also use the touch method. You know, just to see how far do you want it. You want it medium rare, medium is
Okay.
what I recommend.
So that's when we know it's probably done.
Don't even need to talk right now. You hear that sizzle? Good stuff.
The sizzle's the best interview we could do. Better questions than anything Robert and I can come up with.
Look at that. Ooh. Now you're going to put the relish right on top of that?
Right on top of that, just like such.
Well, that looks absolutely fantastic and delicious. We will have Chef Esteban's recipe within this story on our website, firstcoastnews.com. So for all of you guys out there who couldn't quite get the reservation that you wanted on Valentine's Day but would like to impress that special person, we recommend go shopping for some Chilean sea bass, courtesy of Chef Esteban of El Cubano Jack's. You can catch him at Lemon Street Brewing, and he can save your Valentine's Day coming up because it is vastly approaching. Chef Esteban, thank you so much. We appreciate your
Thanks
time.
for having me.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
We're back right after this.
We have Chef Esteban still here, just, you know, getting some of these potatoes all fried up. Ooh, great meal here today. Absolutely fantastic. Check out firstcoastnews.com. You can have the full recipe there.
Esteban, I cannot say how delicious this Chilean sea bass is, and the potatoes as well. We have a little time left in the show. Pardon me while I'm eating on live TV. It's that good. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Describe the process with the potatoes, because these really are surprisingly fantastic to me.
So ignore what I'm doing here. Pretty much these were the potatoes that we put in the oven. The potatoes really simple, cut them thin. I season them up with, you know, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Give them a nice rub down with some oil, season them up real well, and throw some minced garlic on there and just throw them right in the oven.
Relatively simple process for
Very
an
simple.
otherwise
Yeah.
fantastic dish.
And the outcome?
Are you taking reservations for Valentine's Day? I've not yet made one. But again, the whole idea was if you wanted to make reservations for Valentine's Day, couldn't get it, want to make a nice meal at home, this was a fantastic opportunity. We'll have this recipe and the full segment on firstcoastnews.com. Chef Esteban, El Cubano Jack's at Lemon Street Brewing, thank you so much for coming in. And everyone at home, have a wonderful Saturday.